I condemn Iran's attacks today on partners across the region.
We really need to stop, based on the evidence, to stop thinking of Britain and Europe as having an independent foreign policy. It is so obvious that all of the leaders of Europe don't have foreign policy brains. And I don't just mean that in the sense that they don't have the training. It's that they don't see that the material conditions permit for them to do anything other than the Americans want them to do. And by extension, the Israelis want them to do. So their brains, foreign policy brains in a sense, are in vats in Washington. And that's the extent of it. But there are many, I mean, even if you leave aside the legalistic and the moral sides of all of this, which we've talked about and Anel talked about, there are very good domestic, self-interested reasons as to why this is completely absurd and very dangerous. And it's not just military personnel being put in the line of fire. It's also that this war will quite possibly, has the potential at least, to create the worst refugee crisis in human history. That's not hyperbole. Country of 92 million people. We don't know where this is going to end up. It's certainly going to endanger us more. It has the potential to increase domestic terrorism, possibly. And it's also going to have probably going to have an impact on household bills. So you've got all these tribunes of the people, like Nigel Farage and Reform and so on, throwing their lot behind the war and cheerleading it on. But actually, in very real terms, the leaders ought to be asking, Starmer ought to be asking, what will the material impacts for people in this country be? And the material impacts for people in this country will be as I outlined. And yet, because there is no foreign policy in Europe, because we've allowed ourselves to become a multi-state vassalage of the United States, it doesn't matter that it's detrimental to our own citizens that this play out. We are still willing to bend over or go against the interests of our own citizens and join the US and Israel in what has the potential to be an extremely catastrophic, protracted war.